So for this one, we're gonna go back to the beginning. At this point in my life, I am doing crime to pay the bills. I'm doing crime to get by. The more I think about it, I don't know why I didn't have a job, but I didn't have a job. And it's almost like I had committed to, I don't know when I committed to doing crime, but that's what it seems like. As a matter of fact, most of these stories that I tell you guys, most of them I had a job with them. So it wasn't like I was against having a job, but at this point in time, I ain't have no job. Uh, I was getting it out the street. So um, I'm getting it out the street daily, trying to do what I can do. It's not adding up too much. And my baby mama, she come home. She done looked on Craigslist, found a job that said get paid daily, start today, whatever, whatever. She done went in. The first day she come home with like $75. So um, when she come home with $75, I realize now that she probably had more, but she told me she had $75, and that like it hit me like, dang, she went to work for a couple hours, come home with $75. What kind of job it is? Because most jobs make you have to wait to the end of the week, right? She go to work the next day. She come home with like $150. So again, she probably had more, but just telling me. So now I'm like I'm intrigued. I tell her I'm like, oh, is your job hiring? She said, yeah, they hiring. Um, I said, ask him, can I come? She said, all right, I'll talk to the owner tomorrow. She talked to the owner. She says, yeah, he said you can come up, and get a job and work. I was excited. I was excited. I'm getting to go to work. Cool. They told me to wear something casual. I did the best I can. Now I'm gonna have to skip through a lot of stuff, a lot of details, guys, because I didn't realize that I be trying to tell the story and I can actually make it long just with the details. If I try to explain everything that I'm trying to lay out for you, we'll be here 2 hours. You know what I mean? So a lot of stuff I'm gonna have to cut out, but we just gonna enjoy it. We gonna let it roll how it roll, and it's just gonna be that. When the time to go, it's just gonna be that. All right. So I go up there and whatever. I don't want to go into some of them details, but I go up to the job. I end up getting the job. Now, there's this guy there named Rick. Rick is about 6'3", 6'4", tall dude, big dude, right? And you can tell that he's an important part of the business. Um, One of the most he got he wanted he got the most money at the business. But you have some other star players too, some guys that was like some real good guys at Merchant. So when I come to this business, they teach me the fives and the eights. The fives and the eights are your 5 steps and your 8 steps. They like your fives and your eights to success, and they actually work. Now I've forgotten the 8 steps. I ain't gonna lie. Like they like be on time, and they like almost like rules, but I didn't forgot them. But the 5 steps, I didn't forgot them too. But I remember a little bit because with the 5 steps, it's like 5 steps to a conversation. So the 5 steps were something like the intro was the first step, the short story was the second step, then like the third step was like a qualify, the fourth step was like a close, and a fifth step was a rehash. So what that means is I like that. I like how it's set up because it's almost like a cheat code. And what happens is a person actually has to qualify for the next step, meaning the first step is the intro. So, um, because I'm selling stuff, the first step is the intro. So if I walk up to you and I say, "Hey, how you doing?" If you look at me like a stranger, why this stranger talking to me? If you're not like warm and welcome and open, if you like kind of shy away from me, then you don't qualify for step number 2, which is the short story. If I walk up to you and you say, hey, before I do it, hey man, what's going on? You automatically qualify for step number 2, which is the short story. So when you say, hey, what's going on? I'm saying, hey man, ain't nothing going on. Jay out here showing this stuff. Did you see him? And once I say, did you see him? And he say, see what? He's now qualified for step number 3, which is, what did I say it was? It was intro, short story. I think I said, I think number 3 was actually qualified, but you qualify at each step. So whatever. Like I said, it's been a while. So after the short story, you qualify them. Hey, you see this? We show them everything we got. Then numbers. And then that step, you also dealing with the price and how is a good deal and this kind of thing. Step number 4 is the close, and the close is where you get the money. So I done showed dude the stuff, right? He done qualified. He done said it's a good deal. How you paying? Cash, card, PayPal, Bitcoin, whatever. Once they pay me, you know what I mean? You get the money. That's step number 4. I'm going to rehash. A rehash is just taking another shot. I done already got money, but I'm gonna take another shot because it's easier. I done already opened the door. You spending money with me. We done had a conversation. We kind of like cool. So before I go, I'm gonna say, "Thank you know what, man. I really got one more of these left. I should have showed you this first. Check that out." They might look at it like, "Dang, what's this?" And what that is it's like, okay, whatever that product is, you might be selling it for $10. We're gonna say it's a cheap bottle of cologne. You selling it for $10. You gonna say, man, that's the such and such and such. It's the new one. I've been selling them all day for 35. Bro, since you spent with me, you know what I mean? I deal with you, man. Give me $10. Oh man, and now he feels special because he done bought with me and I done gave him a deal. So boom, he might buy, he might not, he might say, nah, I'm good on that, on with it. But that's what the 5th step is. The rehash is just throwing out, trying to get more money from a person who's already spent with you. So again, this is why I like the 5 steps, because like I said, it'll keep you from wasting time. If I walk up and say, hey, how you doing? Hey, what's going on, man? And then I'm just out here showing this stuff, and he just look at me, he don't say what stuff. Again, he don't qualify for step number 3, which is me showing you the stuff and qualifying and all that. I just walk off. You understand what I'm saying? So it's like a shortcut to knowing it's almost like a shortcut to your goal, which is a person's pocket or pocketbook. If they don't qualify, they ain't in the mood. If they keep on talking to you all the way to their pocket, then we in there. So I really like this concept a lot. This is what they taught me. Rick is really good at the 5s and the 8s, qualifying and short story and all that. Rick consider himself the best merchant in the world. And I'm gonna be honest, he's probably the best I've ever seen. So what I ain't even gonna go into how I end up working with him, but as time go on, I end up working with Rick so he can actually show me how to merch this thing and do it right. So once I get with Rick is showing me his way of merching, and it's this is different. This is different. This is phenomenal. I like it. This is a player way of merching, right? So over time, Rick ended up telling me that on Fridays, or maybe it was Saturdays. On Saturdays, he don't even merch for money. He might end up grabbing a little money, but on Saturdays, he merching for we're just gonna say a girl. He merching for a girl. He looking for a girl, and he tells me that like every Saturday when we go out, he get a girl. But he done told me this like after a year of working with him. And I'm like, so you mean to tell me every time he like, man, look, man, I don't be trying to get no money on Saturday. On Saturday, I be looking for a girl. And I be getting her. When I find her, I come back and he don't let us know nothing. We just go back to the shop because you can't tell people that you're doing that kind of behavior because they'll do it also, right? Now I'm gonna be honest. I ain't believe him. I really think Rick full of shit. You know what I mean? Because what he's saying is using the fives and eights and just being himself. Don't get me wrong, but you can use the fives and eights when we go out. He meet a girl, um, have his way, do what he need to do with her, and leave that girl in the field, what we call it, out in the world, leave her in the field, and that's that. And to me, that's amazing. I'm like, wait a minute, because every situation I've had, it took a little courting, right? I had to get to know a person. I had to do a little work, take them out, little dinner, this kind of thing. My puppy's, hold on one second. But Rick, swear to God, he the kind of player, go out there in the field, meet somebody right there on the spot, boom, handle his business, and he done with him. I'm like, nah, I don't believe this, right? I don't believe this. So I never see it. But I ain't gonna lie, Rick is a player. So I give him this. I remember one time we went to, if I'm not mistaken, it was Louisiana, and we were having dinner at a restaurant, and it was me and Rick and I think Dior, and then we met. Yeah, it was me, Rick, and Dior, and we met two ladies. We might have a road trip too, but we met two ladies. They were, we ain't gonna say older. They were about middle age, but they were both cute. They were cool. You know what I mean? And when we first sat down to have dinner, what stood out to me, what I remember is, you know, we weren't doing an interact. We were interacting, but it wasn't a lot going on. We were eating because we were in a restaurant. We were eating, but once we started talking, Rick was able to call both of them out, and I can't remember how the conversation started, but he ended up saying like, "No, nah, she acting quiet, but she ain't. She not quiet. She the wild one. He like you acting like this, but but she and when he called both of them out, like they kind of looked at each other and was like wide eyed, like, oh my God, you know what I mean? And I can tell from their reaction that he was there, he was on point from calling them out. Now they end up pissing him off later on in the day, and so nothing spectacular happened. But like I said, I remember because that's always been amazing to me for somebody to just be able to evaluate just that fast and know what they dealing with. Okay, I'm dealing with a freak, or I'm dealing with a crazy person. You see what I'm saying? And Rick could do that, with the ladies. So I give him his player card. One day we go out to merch, and I'm with Rick and Philip. I can't remember why I'm with Philip, but Philip is with us this day, and we going to Griffin to merch. Now, Philip was cool, but Philip problem was he was a what's the word? The liar word. He was a not impulsive liar, impulsive liar, compulsive liar. He would lie when he had no reason to. You know what I mean? You would get nothing from it. He wasn't in trouble, but he would just lie. Maybe it was for his cool point, whatever the reason. Philip was just a liar, but he was cool. He was cool to work with. He was like a nerdy type dude, and he would dress nerdy type. But when we were merchant, that's what we were supposed to wear. We were supposed to wear what we would call like church clothes. So some slacks, a dress shirt, a tie if you got it. You could put on a jacket, a dress jacket. You know what I mean? So Philip used to do pretty good. He would put that stuff on, have his haircut. He would do pretty good, and he had a little block head, right? Little block head. So he was funny looking, but he was cool and he could do his thing. I done actually seen Philip, the little tasers that we sell for $20. I've seen Philip sell one of these to a white dude down in Florida for $100. We get in the car. Philip bragging. He telling us how he just that's what you call stroking. If this merchandise costs $20 and you sell it for $40, you just stroked it for $20. You see what I'm saying? You got what you supposed to got, and then you got an extra 20. So we get in the car and he tell us how he just stroked $80. We like, nah, ain't no way. He like, bro, I just sold him that taser for $100. As we talking and we don't believe Philip, the white dude called back. Hey man, you got another one? Philip like, yeah, I got another one. He like, you got another 100? Yeah, I got another 100. He like, come back to the same spot. The white dude come back to the same spot, give Philip another 100. I promise you. So Philip was cool. He knew what he was doing, but he was just a liar. But sometimes that stuff be real. One day, one day we going to work. Rick, and Philip going to work down in Griffin, Georgia. We do our thing. It's a Friday. We feeling good. We go do our thing. Everybody getting money, right? At the end of the day, when it's time to come back to the office, we load up. Everybody get in. Everybody excited. Like, how you do? Yeah, bro, I did this. How you do? Yeah, I did this. I did this. Everybody excited. Everybody good. He asked Philip, like, what you do? Man, I grabbed 400-500 and I got my dicks up. He like, what you mean? He like, man, I went. This is what Philip say. Man, I'm merchant. I went over here to the it was a funeral home. He like, I went over here to the funeral home and the lady behind that. No, that's not what happened. That's not what happened. This because this is what got me. This is the part that got me. He was like, I'm merchant, and I got my dicks up. So Rick like, where? He was like, man, I'm merching up and down and I'm coming over here and I end up going into the funeral home. And as soon as he said that, Rick stopped him. Rick was like, oh, you talking about the little short black girl? She had the little such. And Philip was like, yeah. He was like, I ain't know. He was like, I was merchant. Next thing you know, I'm behind the counter. She's sucking my dick. And Rick was like, damn, man. He was like, yep, that's how it happened with me. You found it. You were working your territory. So I'm sitting there, I'm like, because again, I'm amazed. I'm like, so not only do I think Rick be bullshitting, but Philip lying ass, he done found the meat eater, and I'm sure I probably done worked this loop before, and I ain't never ran into her. So I'm like, I don't know. I'm clueless. Right? I don't know how this is going on, how this is happening. But again, Rick swear that he do this every like Saturday. He just go and merch and find some little freak and he get his thing off with her, right? So basically, that was Rick was telling me that was the mark of a real mercher. You know what I mean? To go from step 1 to step 5 with somebody in the field and do what you need to do. You know what I mean? That's the real mercher. The money involved too, but it ain't really about the money. You know what I mean? You want to be a real mercher, you got to be able to, you know what I mean? You got to know the loop. You got to work the territory. You got to find what you need to find and handle your business, right? So I'm like, it's at this point I believe him, but here's the thing: Rick won't never share no information. He won't never tell you where the girl at. He won't never give you too much information. So you almost, I just be like, he be lying. You know what I mean? He be bullshitting, right? But again, he called that out with Philip, and they was on point with that, right? Come out one day, we going merchant. It's me, Rick, and Road Trip. Road Trip is my partner named Alex. I can't remember where we went. I can't remember where we went this day, right? But we go out and we go. I don't know if I told y'all what merchant. We call it merchant because it's just short for merchandising. It's just we're selling merchandise. You have merchandise in a box, like tasers, little earbuds, headphones, little electronics, little cheap cologne, whatever, and you show it to a person. Tell them, hey, it's 50 in stores. We got them right now for $10. They might like it. They might not. It makes money every single day. That's literally merchant, right? So we go down merchant, and I can't remember where it was. Somewhere like Sylvester or somewhere way down south, right? Sylvester was one of our favorites. So I'm having a okay day. I done made a few drops. I done did a few things. You know what I mean? I'm having a decent day. I'm walking. As I'm walking, I see this bridge that go down into like another area of some land that I ain't never went to, and I don't really see no because when you merchant, you looking for businesses. We going business to business. You don't really merch residential areas, but some people do. And when I'm looking down, I see a little corner store, but that's the only thing. It ain't, I can't go business to business. I can go to the store and come back. So it really don't look like it's worth it, but I'm gonna give it a shot. What the hell? What I got to lose anyway, right? Um, so I ain't, like I said, I ain't got nothing to lose, right? I'm gonna go down and check out the little store, see what's going on. I go down to the little store. I'm getting ready to pull the little handle on the stove. Before I can pull the handle on the stove, there is this white lady on the side of the stove. Now it's about 11 or 12 o'clock in the afternoon, and she don't look drunk. She just, it's like that drunk effect. You know how some people like always hyper, always on 10. She like that. She like, hey baby, how you doing? I'm like, what's going on? Again, these are already buyer signs. So when she speaks to me, I'm already thinking that I can probably sell her something. She like, what you got in the box? Now, at the same time, you also got to use judgment because you want to be smart. If somebody walking up to you or somebody don't look like they can afford what you got going on, sometimes it might not be smart to just be wasting your time. You show them one thing, and if you can see they ain't interested in no money, and then you keep going. But so I can't really tell with her, but she ain't bad looking, but she walking. She just live. She like, hey, what you got in the box? So I show her like one or two things. She like, oh, I need that. It was maybe a perfume or something, right? She like, I need one of them. I need how much you want for that? I'm like, I think these like $30. She like, man, I ain't got 30. It's $30 down at my house. It was right around the corner. If you want to go around now, I can get you your $30. She like, I've been looking for one of these. I'm like, man, are you serious? She's like, my house is right there. We can walk. You can hold it. Just walk around there with me. I'm like, cool. So I think I go in the store. I go in the store, get a soda or something. I come back out and she's still waiting on me. Like I said, decent looking white lady, but she older. She got to be at least, this lady got to be at least 55 years old. You know what I mean? She older for real. Walking down the street, we get to a house, just like she said, we ain't walking 5 or 10 minutes. We get to a little house, and I mean, it's like a shotgun house, but it looked decent, grass cut and everything. It surprised me because when we go in the house, she got the key to the house. When we go in the house, it is immaculate. I'm talking about spick and span, pretty colors, pretty paint on the wall, kitchen clean. You can see this just from walking in. When you walk in, we go straight to the bedroom, bed made, ain't no dust in there, ain't no smoke, don't look like that. House is immaculate, right? So when we go in, she like, or if you want, we could do something else for it. I'm like, what you mean? She like, I know you want your, I know you want your dick sucked. I'm like, all right, cool. She like, well, come on, pull it out. This the old lady saying, right? I'm like, all right, cool. Now I'm in this lady's house, so I'm a little bit nervous. I'm thinking somebody might jump out of one of these closets or something, but it's a small house. And then I be thinking like this, you know, I literally just walked up on a situation, so it can't be a setup. You know what I mean? I done walked up, happened to walk up. She just happened to walk up. Ain't nothing playing. We doing this right on the spot. Ain't no come back in 10 minutes, come back in 20 minutes. So I'm comfortable, right? I pull my pants down. And first she get on it's an old lady. First she get on her knees and she go to hell and business, right? Now I'm excited. Don't get me wrong. I'm real excited, but what's going as she on her knees and I'm enjoying myself, but I'm thinking, dang, I'm a real merchant now. You know what I mean? Because again, I'm supposed to be out in the field getting money. And I'm out in the field getting the top. You know what I mean? So I'm like, I'm a real merchant. So she like, go on lay on the bed. I end up laying on the bed. When I end up laying on the bed, I gotta go on say it. So when I end up laying on the bed, she doing her thing. She pulled it out and she playing with me, and she like, now that's a dick. And then she went back to work, and like she was admiring it, right? So first thing going in my head is like, I don't know. Anyway, I don't want to make this thing too X-rated. You know what I mean? So I'm just, but so I had to tell you, like the white lady was freaky, right? So she do a thing. When I finished, she never stopped. You know what I'm saying? When I'm finishing, she never stopped. I'm talking about everything. She do everything. She do everything. White lady. I never asked her nothing. So when I get finished and she finished finishing me, she swallowed everything. She get up and like pull her pants down. She like, you ready? And I got up. Now I'm excited because I ain't even stunned by this no more. I'm really ready. I'm ready to go run back to Rick and road trip and tell my story. I'm ready to go tell her, hey man, I ran into a little freak and she took me to the house and that's what I'm ready. But I got to get out the house first, right? And she done pulled her pants down, talking about, it's my turn. You ready? I'm like, oh no. I'm gonna need. Let me walk back to the store, man. I gotta go get some water or something. You know what I mean? I can't just go. You know what I mean? She like, nah, I feel you. I understand. So I get my box. I let her have a little perfume or whatever it was for $30. I like, I appreciate it. I'm gonna see you later. She was like, cool. I left. I leave that house running. I'm gone. I hit my loop. I go what I'm supposed to do, right? Now, I don't just run straight back to them. I go and finish my loop. But I'm doing my loop. I'm happy. I'm getting money. I'm showing people stuff. They buying stuff. Showing people stuff. Buying stuff. But this time, I get to tell my story. At the end of the day, we meet up at the car. We getting ready to go back. We talking who did this, who high roll. High roll is meaning who got the most money in the car. So we talking about who high roll, who did this and who did that. So I'm like, yeah, man, I got me some head in the field. They like, what? So Rick like, John, stop lying. I'm like, bro, I swear. I'm like, it's a little store down there, down the bridge. It's a little white lady. She took me to her house and, you know what I mean? She swallowed everything. He like, man, are you serious? He like, yep, you're a real merchant. You're a real merchant now. I was like, dang. And it was so crazy because like that before it happened to me, I didn't believe it. But just being out there in the field, selling stuff, meeting people, talking to people, that thing, I got that thing down the throat. You know what I mean? But yeah, man, I want to tell y'all about that one because my boy Rick always talking about I don't never really give him his props when I be telling the stories about what be going on. And I was thinking about that one the other day. And I know I owed y'all a story, man, so I wanted to hit y'all with that one, man. I appreciate y'all for tuning in. Of course, I'm in here watching these puppies, so I'm about to get back on track, man. Y'all hit the like button, hit the subscribe. I love y'all. I see y'all later.